We think Japan is incredible, and this vlog about our time there will show you exactly why. We flew 14 hours to the biggest city in the world, where we joined Riviera Travel's Grand Japan Tour. In this vlog, we search the Gion district for its elusive residents, stumble into a Shinto wedding at Meiji Jingu, surf the Shibuya Scramble, and get gloriously lost in Shinjuku Neon. We come face to face with Godzilla and very polite deer, pray at Sensoji, tease Mount Fuji, was she shy, and then board a pirate ship in Lake Ashi because, well, I don't really know. Bullet train slingers to Hiroshima's haunting Peace Park and Miyajima's floating torii, where we encounter thieving alcoholic deer.
I got mugged by a deer. And now the deer is having a gin tonic.
Kyoto brings tea ceremonies, golden temples, bamboo cathedrals, fox-guarded torii, and Kobe beef in Kobe so tender it apologises as you eat it. And just when you think we're done, snow walls in the Japanese Alps. Well, buckle up and prepare yourself for one huge and incredibly fun ride because Japan is so quirky, so different, so utterly brilliant. We can't believe we're here and we can't wait to show you. Let's go. Welcome. You join us in part 2 of our Riviera Travel Grand Tour of Japan. After 3 nights in dazzling Tokyo, a cloud-shy Mount Fuji, our very first ride on a bullet train, and 2 nights falling in love with Hiroshima, all of which are an absolute must-watch in part 1, link at the end. We've now arrived in Kyoto, Japan's ancient capital. We picked things up there with our very first full day in the city.
Well, good morning from Kyoto. Welcome to a brand new day and a brand new adventure. Today we've got a really packed day. First on the list today is a Japanese tea ceremony. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let's get on board. We're the first on board, eager beavers. See here. We were supposed to have a plan, rotating every day, going back to in a clockwise position, but there's no plan. It all fell into chaos, literally the first time, so it's just random now.
So, good morning to all of you. So, let's see what we are going to do today. The first part of our day is dedicated to the tea ceremony.
It looks like we're here. Here we are, look.
Our day began with a traditional tea ceremony. Out of respect for our gracious hostess, we didn't film the ritual itself, but we did take a few little pictures. Instead, picture us quietly nibbling the little sweets that start the ceremony, the omogashi, a rice flour and red bean pancake, and the higashi, delicate sugar confections. They're not just snacks, but a deliberate balance of sweet before the slightly bitter, frothy green tea. Then came the fun part, whisking the tea ourselves, and yes, etiquette here requires you to slurp the final mouthful loudly to show your appreciation. It's possibly the only time in Japan where bad table manners are mandatory.
How is it, Bunny?
I like it. Well, you've already finished yours, so you must like it. I'm nearly to my last sip. Shall I slurp?
Yeah, give it a slurp. I'm just going to take a picture of that before anyone comes out.
Next up was Kyoto's superstar attraction, the Golden Pavilion.
This shows how hot it is today. Oh, make the most of this. Oh, it's all going above us.
Kinkakuji, or the Golden Pavilion, dates back to the Muromachi period and is precisely what the name suggests, a temple swathed in shimmering gold leaf. On a clear day, it mirrors itself so perfectly in the surrounding pond, you half expect to see the ducks checking out their down. Visitors can't actually step inside. It's considered both fragile and sacred, with access limited to monks and caretakers. So this is more of a stand, stare and sigh moment. But with the sun hitting that gold, it's a good enough view from the outside. The old chuck a coin in a hole thing. What you see here are offertory targets. The idea is simple. If you manage to land a coin in the hole, the gods, Buddhas or local spirits take it as a sign of sincerity And you might be blessed with good fortune, health, or a bit of financial luck. Well, if you miss, well, that's just a polite reminder that spiritual insurance is not guaranteed, and you might need to work on your aim. I think I might build one of these in my front garden for passing pedestrians. Could do with upgrading my camera. Well, our next stop was the famous Arashiyama bamboo forest. We are now entering the forest, but despite the promises of zen-like tranquility and peace and quiet, we have none of that, because it is so busy. Pretty, though. Here, paths weave through forests of bamboo, soaring up to 30 meters tall. And when the wind stirs, the stalks sway and creak, creating a natural symphony so special, it's officially listed as one of Japan's 100 soundscapes to preserve. Unfortunately, when we visited, the air was completely still, and the soundscape was babbling tourists. Surely everyone's supposed to be a bit hushed here? If it's on your bucket list, go early or go late. Otherwise, expect more elbows than ambience. Back in Arashiyama, it was just as peaceful as the forest itself. So we fought the crowds in search of lunch. This place is crazy busy. Crazy busy. A major tourist hotspot, just to warn you, if you want something sort of relaxing and quite laid back, you're in the wrong place. Well, it's lunchtime and we decided to go to the train station. Hey, look at this. This is what they call a kimono forest. We found this little stall by the station. Right, these look good. Whoa, look at them. So you've got the gyoza and we've got the pork, whatever it is. Shuma. That's going to burn my mouth to bits.
Yeah.
Because they're freshly steamed. Look at those, they look great, don't they? Yes. Right. Our third or fourth stop today is a castle. And at this castle, you're not allowed to take pictures or video anything, which is like really annoying if you're a videographer. So I might not be able to get much from here, but only allowed to commit it to memory. So we've arrived at the Gion district, Kyoto. This district is famous for the geishas and the trainees, which are called maikos. With any luck, we might be able to see a few when we walk around today. Oh my, look over there. There's like shrines everywhere. I was not expecting all these shrines. The Gion district is Tokyo's most famous geisha quarter. A beautiful tangle of narrow streets, wooden machiya townhouses, and lantern-lit tea houses that feel like it's been carefully plucked from a different century. Wandering through Gion is a bit like walking through a perfectly curated movie set, except it's all real. And for a brief second, you could believe you've stepped into an Edo period time warp. The stars of Gion, of course, are the Geiko and the Meiko, Kyoto's terms for a fully trained geisha and their apprentice counterparts. Far from the pop culture myth of courtesans or glorified hostesses, Geiko are highly skilled performers of traditional Japanese arts, dance, music, tea ceremonies, and conversation. And they train for years to perfect their craft. And no, you can't become one overnight with a costume rental and a filter-heavy selfie stick. As for spotting one in the wild during the day, well, think of it as the wildlife equivalent of seeing a snow leopard in Soho. Technically possible, but extraordinarily rare. Most Geiko and Meiko keep nocturnal hours, performing at private engagements behind discreet wooden doors. While the early evening is your best bet to see them hurrying to an appointment, they won't stop for a photo op. Neither should you chase them down Gion's historic lanes like a tipsy paparazzo. But we were determined to spot our very own snow leopard, and our patience paid off in spades. We struck geisha gold. Not one, but two Meiko sightings. The first glided towards us at quite a pace, and they don't loiter, possibly allergic to unsolicited selfies. While the second slipped effortlessly into a waiting taxi, no doubt off to enchant some lucky guests at an evening engagement. It was the perfect finale to a day jam-packed with Kyoto's greatest hits.
It's a beautiful morning here in Kyoto. 28 degrees, partially cloudy skies, and we're having an absolutely brilliant time so far. Japan has been amazing. And this morning we're going to the Fushimi Inari Shrine.
Just outside the shrine is a rather cool street food area, which gave us a chance to take a gander at some of Japan's street food favourites.
What does that thing do? Wow. Like a matcha chocolate fountain. Candied strawberries. Everything is strawberry based. Apart from this. Cucumber sticks. Who knew? Ah, that's what it's for. Oh, I still don't know what it's for. There's a vending machine for beef.
First one on the meal.
Now, this shrine is most famous for its seemingly infinite path of vermilion torii gates, donated by businesses hoping for good fortune. When I say path, I mean a 4-kilometre hike up a sacred mountain called Mount Inari. At the bottom, it's a selfie free-for-all. By the halfway point, it's a bit quieter. And by the summit, it's mostly you. Let's see if we can find it. And let's see if we can fill up our Instagram with it, shall we? Now, everywhere you turn, there are statues of foxes, which are called kitsune. One of them's got a key in their mouths, and the other one sometimes holding a ball. The key is supposed to be a key to the rice granary. And these creatures are Inari's messengers, which means they're a kind of divine postal service with a key. And they're often wearing little bibs.
Why?
I don't know. But they're often adorned with red bibs.
Might have one up there.
Yeah. So that's the map, and it can take you right up Mount Inari. And I just wish we had time to do it, but not today. I don't even know where we are on there.
You are here.
Oh, you are? Is that all we are? We've got to go. It's literally all the way up there. Oh my goodness. Well, we're going to be heading back. We've got a sake tasting.
Next on the agenda, a visit to a sake brewery to learn how Japan's famously potent rice wine is made. After an intriguing behind-the-scenes look at the fermentation process, lots of rice, steam and waiting about, we were invited to sample the goods. Hey! Now, while the sake itself wasn't exactly to our taste, we did discover a newfound appreciation for the locally brewed beer. Crisp, refreshing, and frankly, more appropriate for the hour.
Well, this is the sake
beer.
No, I was waiting for the punchline, Helen. This is the sake beer.
Go on, what's the punchline?
Oh, is it? What's it like?
It's got a funny smell.
A funny smell? Does it smell of rice? Is that rice pudding smell?
I don't know whether I like the smell, but the taste's all right.
The devil's beer! Drink up, love!
After a gentle meander through the gift shop, where we all contemplated buying a sake set we'd definitely never use back home, it was time to hop back on the coach and head to Japan's first permanent capital, Nara. About an hour away and, mercifully, just long enough for most of us to quietly nap off the morning's enthusiastic tasting session. We arrived in Nara around lunchtime, stopping first at the covered Higashimuki shopping street. A bit of free time to stretch our legs, poke around a few shops, and then, at long last, I achieved a personal culinary goal, trying something that had piqued my curiosity since arriving in Japan. The legendary Samurai Mac from McDonald's. Oh dear. Spoiler, it's basically a Big Mac that spent a student gap year in Japan and came back tasting of soy sauce.
Hey, it's pretty bonkers. You come all the way to Japan and you go to McDonald's. Just wanted to try this Samurai Mac. You can't be in Japan without trying a specifically Japanese burger, can you? Are these ninja fries then, Helen? Look at that. Like it's been sliced with a samurai sword.
It's nice.
Helen's got one as well.
Oh,
Is it nice?
Good.
Soon we were back outside shopping for weird things. I wonder if there's a Helen version.
Like it's Chikiwa Uno. Do you know what? I don't know what these are, but I've seen them everywhere. If you know what they are, leave us a comment, please, because I'd love to know. I don't even know what sort of animal they are. I'm just a little bit weird. This is great. I could spend ages down here just looking at things. Helen's come in the shop for her strawberry Kit Kats.
Sweet potato.
Look at the Mount Fuji Kit Kats.
Strawberry.
But we weren't in Nara for strawberry Kit Kats, Chikawa Uno, or more frivolous Fuji fodder. No, we'd come to meet some rather more notable residents, and so we made our way to Nara Park, home of the magnificent Todaiji Temple, and about 1,200 four-legged freeloaders.
Okay, we're at the shrine. Does it look like that? Shall we see? The big reveal. Yes.
And yes, just behind that rather suspiciously photogenic tree is the biggest temple we'd seen so far. Big. Yeah, proper big. Founded in 752 AD by Emperor Shomu, Todaiji was built to be the spiritual mothership of all provincial Buddhist temples across Japan. It's been impressing people ever since. Even in its current form, the downsized rebuild from 1692, it held the record for the world's largest wooden building until relatively recently. Imagine how big the original was. At its heart stands the Daibutsu, a colossal bronze Buddha standing 15 meters tall with a 5-meter-long face. That's roughly 4 double-decker buses high. Why does everything have to be measured in buses or Olympic swimming pools or football pitches? Drives me nuts. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, Todaiji didn't just look the part, it played a pivotal role in the spread of Buddhism throughout Japan. But don't be fooled by the sacred serenity. Step outside and you'll be greeted by an entirely different spiritual encounter. The deer. These semi-domesticated Sika deer roam the park like they own the joint, which, spiritually speaking, they sort of do. Long considered messengers of the gods, they are now messengers of perpetual hunger and mischief. Buy a packet of deer biscuits and you'll find they've mastered the art of bowing politely in exchange for food, and then mildly mugging you if you don't pay up quickly enough. Back at the hotel, and with it being Saturday night, we figured we'd see how the locals unwind, so we headed over the road to Kyoto Tower for a bit of light sightseeing and heavy dining.
So tonight we're in the mean streets of Kyoto again, which they're not very mean. And we've come to a basement in the Kyoto Tower where there's a food hall. As you can see, it's very busy. God, you know, there's so many places to eat in Japan. You would not believe it. There's hundreds just around here. There's something written in Japanese on this wall in neon. Can you tell what it is? No, nor can I. Shall we start with a gin, Helen? So we're starting the evening at this lovely little bar called Sando. We're going for the Obi-Wan and tonic.
Cheers,
Thank you. Cheers, honey.
Cheers.
So while we're drinking our gin tonic, next door they do Wagyu sirloin steak. Wagyu burgers. Oh, yes, please.
2 Wagyu steaks with fries. Because when in Japan, one must embrace local traditions, especially the deliciously marbled ones.
I think ours is next on the pass. Here we go. Oh, wow. Our first Wagyu beef experience, honey. And so, how's your first Wagyu experience, your first Wagyu steak experience?
Interesting. It's very tasty, and
Very
the sauce
marbled.
thing is lovely.
You hardly have to chew that at all. Wagyu beef in Kyoto. Done.
The next day was a free day, so we wanted to visit Kobe to try some proper Kobe beef, one of the most expensive and certainly the most famous beef in the world. Thankfully, as it was the weekend, we had a rather unusual option for our transportation there, the garden train.
Just been to tourist information and they've told us it's platform 2. Train comes in at 10:15 and leaves at 10:41, is that right? Oh, look at these trains. Look how clean these trains are, Helen. Wow. This is platform 2, just here, look. Well, we're on platform 2, which is where the train goes from. And if you notice on the platform here, they've got little markers as to which car you're standing near when it arrives. And each of the carriages has a different season. It's not a very long journey, is it?
No.
It's only about half an hour. Let's see what the Visit With Us Japanese compendium says. This train offers a unique experience by bringing the essence of Kyoto seasons and traditional aesthetics on board. Each of its 6 carriages is themed to reflect a different season and aspects of Kyoto's culture. The car one is entitled Autumn, and it features tatami-style box seating and a design of maple leaves floating in a river. Car 2 is Winter and features bamboo and includes a dry landscape garden and shoji screens designed for snow viewing. Car 3 is Spring and the cherry blossoms. Offers window-facing seats to enjoy the passing scenery adorned with cherry blossom motifs. Car 4 is Summer and Hollyhock, decorated with iris motifs and bamboo screens, evoking a sunny Kyoto summer. Car 5 is Early Autumn and Silver Grass. Boasts an authentic Japanese garden reminiscent of Kyoto's wooden townhouses. And finally, Car 6 is Early Spring Plum Blossoms, featuring spacious tatami-style box seating, conjuring images of Kyoto in early spring. Each car is meticulously designed to immerse passengers in the atmosphere of Kyoto, making the journey itself a cultural experience. So, to ride the garden train, which is an absolutely brilliant thing, how much, Helen?
I think it's about 260 and maybe 300. It's no more than £2.
No more than £2 to ride on this amazing train. It's bonkers cheap for such a really good, fun experience. Right, so we've got onto another train that takes us all the way to Kobe. Here we are. Welcome to Kobe. We're going to go up to the City Hall in Kobe because there's a viewing platform on the 29th floor, something like that, and it's free to go up. So we're going to go and see what Kobe looks like from the air. Ooh, observation lobby. It says mountain. Oh, this way. Sea. There is hardly anybody up here. Over there that looks like a cruise ship. Here's the cruise terminal. So, if you're coming this way via a ship, you might be lucky enough to stop off at Kobe. Well, isn't this lovely? What a scene. It's a Sunday lunchtime and everyone's just chilling on the green, relaxing into the weekend. Come to Kobe, as I said, and admire our statue of Mozart. Said no one ever. Not something I expected, to be fair. Where are we, Helen? Salzburg? Another weird statue. We like weird statues. Obviously, Kobe is full of them. And just when you thought the statues couldn't get any weirder.
Statue.
It's a really interesting statue there, just full of bottoms. Oh dear. 1995, the earthquake caused this marina to collapse. And at that point, the clock was damaged. And this time now indicates the time as an eternal reminder of the earthquake. Moment on the lips, Helen. Lifetime on the hips. Kobe, the birthplace of marathon in Japan, 1909. Pretty cool. Here's the main shopping street. I'm going to head down there now. See what's what. This absolutely goes on for miles. Paradise. We love these shops. They're so good. Oh, my. Oh, look at them. Dad, I didn't think that one was real. Look how adorable that one is. Helen. Obligatory kittens. Oh, look at the kittens, Helen. Look at their ears.
Yeah, weird, aren't they?
Oh, that's a Japanese kitten. Look at the little brown one. Oh, my heart has melted. Look at him. No. How much? £1,634 per dog. The Ituka Ginger Shrine, before we go and get lunch, because we're in the area. So here's the main shrine in Kobe. In fact, it's one of the oldest shrines in Japan. So it's just a quick stop at the shrine to pay our respect to local customs and religions, of course. But to be honest, we were here for one thing and one thing only. Kobe's famous beef. Well, I think we've come to the most popular place. It's called Steakland. They sell Kobe beef Lunch is the place to be down here anyway, even though it looks horrendously tacky. We're in. Put our order in. Want to clean the plate. So we got some pickles. So what's this?
Salad.
Ooh, the main event. Them steaks literally got our names on them. Apparently, did you know that Kobe beef is to Wagyu beef what champagne is to sparkling wine? It can only come from cows from this prefecture. So you can't have Kobe beef anywhere else in the world. Amazing. Well worth a visit if you've got a free day. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's for me. Kobe beef tenderloin looks amazing. Salad. That good? Oh, look at that with the garlic on top. That garlic is just insane. My last piece, Helen. Oh, I think Helen doesn't want that last bit. Do you not want that bit, Helen?
It'll be the last thing we do.
Well, there you go. You're going to have Kobe beef, the best beef in the world. You've got to have it in Kobe. There's the bill. Comes to, I say £10, £50 for both of us. And we had the prime cut, so it's like fillet.
How did you think it compared to the one we had last night?
Nicer. Right, I think we need to head to the station. Oh, there it is. So these are what they do on the train platforms. You've got a green lane for the locals, the red lane for the express, then you've got a blue in the middle to let people get off. It's so organised in Japan. Can you imagine trying to get this to work in the UK? We're walking back to the tram that's going to take us to the Kyoto station. We're walking down the main shopping drag, and it's got these covered shopping malls down the sides, which are huge. But this is 5:20 on a Sunday evening, and it's literally like Saturday afternoon Oxford Street in London. Helen, for some reason, has been sucked into a textile shop that just sells cloth. I don't even know what she goes, oh, I wonder if, and then like jumps in. And it's just a cloth shop. Oh, I ain't gonna go all the way down there. That's a cloth shop that goes on for... Well, textile fans, here we are inside a cloth shop that sells cloth. What does she want with cloth? I don't think she's ever said once during this entire trip, Richard, I must find a cloth shop and dive into it for some cloth.
Helen never mentions cloth at home.
She hasn't come out yet. Been in there 3 hours. The cloth shop has consumed her. Seriously, she's been in there ages. And I can't even see her. She's nowhere to be seen.
Why do you think Helen went in for some cloth? Leave a comment below. Wrong answers only, please.
Well, good morning. It's 8:02. We've come out to Inari because we want to go back to the temple here with the thousands of torii gates, and we're going to try and do the whole climb because we've got a morning free before we take the bullet train up north to the mountains, and we thought we might give this a go today. So, welcome to the Fushimi Inari Temple, Part 2.
So why have we come back here? Well, Fushimi Inari Taisha, Mount Inari Shrine, nestled at the base of Kyoto's sacred Mount Inari, is one of Japan's most iconic and photographed shrines, quite possibly the only religious site that has ever made a cameo in every influencer's Instagram grid.
Oh, this is the way to the summit.
From here, it's 40 minutes to the top. The real showstopper here is the Vermilion Tunnel of Torii Gates, some 10,000 of them, lining the 4-kilometre hiking trail that winds its way up Mount Inari like a scarlet spinal cord. These gates are mostly donated by businesses, families or individuals, and each are inscribed with the name of the benefactor and date of donation. Walking beneath them is part spiritual journey, part glute workout, and part highly inefficient game of, is this the top yet? Spoiler, it's not.
There's a little shop here, selling snacks and energy drinks. Had to procure one of these. It sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Pocari Sweat, which is an electrolyte drink because I sweated so much up here because of the humidity. Apparently it tastes disgusting. But if you need it, you need it. Just give it a go, shall we? Oh, I just got to this viewpoint here, and look at that. Isn't that lovely? That's Kyoto. I think I'm hallucinating now. The foxes aren't quite what they were. It's all getting very zen up here now. It's very quiet, isn't it? It's so peaceful without the crowds.
The higher you go, the fewer the crowds, the steeper the steps, and the more likely you are to hear someone mutter, well, this seemed like a good idea at the time.
There's a map of all the shrines at the top. So many of them. Hey! Fushimi Mount Inari Summit. Yes.
If you think you're in for a dramatic view at the summit, no. What it lacks in sweeping vistas, it makes up for in spiritual satisfaction and sweaty smugness.
There we are, 2.7 kilometres from the entrance Torii Gate. 70 minutes to the top. Interesting thing is, I think it's a loop, so we go down a different way.
Fushimi Inari is one of Kyoto's most unforgettable and cardio-intensive experiences you can have in Kyoto. And despite our now soaked-through clothes probably needing incinerating, we were so glad we came back.
Right, time to go back to the station and back to the hotel. Thank you for joining us on this very wild, sweaty ride.
With just enough time for a splash and dash shower, we checked out of our Kyoto hotel and trundled off to the station to catch the Thunderbird train to Suruga. Not quite a bullet train, but still the epitome of Japanese transport efficiency. Smooth, punctual, very civilized. As we sped along, the scenery shifted from city bustle to something far more scenic. At Suruga, we refilled while waiting for our next leg. A proper Shinkansen blast to our final stop, the surprisingly fabulous Toyama in the Japanese Alps. Oh yeah, and they don't turn the trains around in Japan. They turn the insides of the train around. That's so Japan.
Look at the front of this train. They have some odd-looking trains. Look at those.
Side note, have we mentioned our growing obsession with those fresh smoothie vending machines? First encountered in Okinawa, now a non-negotiable part of our diet. Think liquid health dispensed at the push of a button. Thanks, Japan. Of course, not even that divine green elixir could dampen my inner 5-year-old's glee at the sight of the Shinkansen. I wouldn't call myself a train spotter, but these sleek marvels absolutely mash my fascination buttons. Honestly, why isn't every intercity train on Earth like this? Checked into the hotel, bags barely down, we set off to tackle the city's one true culinary rite of passage, a steaming bowl of Toyama black ramen.
Got a ramen restaurant tonight. It's in the basement of the hotel, but it's sort of a shopping centre. And I've asked for a large beer, and normally it's like this size. This is the largest beer I've seen in Japan so far. Looks like a proper pint, doesn't it? They look good, don't they? Wow. Cool. That didn't take long. Look at that.
No.
Wow, that's a lot, and it's very, very hot. We were wondering where the chopsticks were, and we've just discovered where they are. Look at that. Now, I do have a extremely white shirt on, but it's actually good etiquette to slurp your ramen. Oh my goodness, that's a face full. And here's the bill. Just under 4.5, which is 22, 23 quid.
I'll take that.
Ramen Iroha. Fabulous. Recommended. Yes, this is for those who see a little profile. Well, good morning and welcome to the Japanese Alps. Well, the term Japanese Alps was coined by a British missionary and part-time mountain nut named Reverend Walter Weston in the late 19th century. Well, he made them fashionable to Western alpinists, and so the name stuck. They're split into three ranges: the Northern Alps, which is where we are in Toyama, Central Alps, and the Southern Alps. And the Northern Alps are arguably most dramatic. Now, this is a hot spring, apparently. It comes from a natural spring, and it's 90 degrees centigrade when it comes out of here. It actually starts life in the spring at 100 degrees, so it's virtually boiling water. I have never seen that or experienced that before. An almost boiling water fountain. It's nuts. You can feel the heat from here. It's amazing. Platform 1. I think.
お待たせいたしました。ご乗車ありがとうございます。10時22分発。黒野方面、猫又行きです。
The Kurobe Gorge Railway is billed as one of Japan's most spectacular train journeys, and for once the marketing department isn't exaggerating. Originally laid down in the 1920s to haul cement and steel for the mighty Kurobe Dam, these days the little open-sided rainbow-coloured carriages cart tourists instead.
お待たせいたしました。次の停車駅は黒野に。
Our ride rattled some 20 kilometres into the mountains, clattering over more than 40 bridges and ducking through 20-odd tunnels. The scenery kept changing from cinematic cliffs to thick forest, then turquoise rivers and the occasional waterfall popping up like a bonus feature. At one point we even passed what looked suspiciously like a castle, as if Japan decided the landscape wasn't quite dramatic enough. At the line's end, we hopped off for a half-hour stroll.
So we're at the top where the railway finishes, and there's not a lot up here, to be fair. But you've got to remember, this is a working station, so because the original reason for the train was to transport workers up here, and it still does to this day, they built this little platform here so you could see down the river. That's really all there is. Obviously, the star of the show is the train itself and the journey.
Back at the hotel, we went freestyle, determined to hunt down one of Toyama's much-touted highlights that every guidebook insists upon. Spoiler, they weren't wrong.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the lift. In the hotel, we're going to go out this afternoon and just have a Starbucks. Well, all will be revealed, honey. Now, for this, we've got to go through the station. If you notice, all the train lines are above us. It's just a case of going straight through because all the train lines are above us. And here we are out the other side. Look at that, Helen, look. There's a statue entitled Lovers. Sweet, that. Right, carry on. Of course, the thing with Toyama is everything looks like it's all been built in the last 50 or 60 years, which it has done because most of Toyama was planned during the Second World War. So like most Japanese cities, it all got completely obliterated. So they had to rebuild as fast as they could, probably on a budget. Well, here we are. We're at Starbucks. Why have we got a Starbucks in Japan? I hear you ask. Well, Toyama is indeed home to what has been dubbed the world's most beautiful Starbucks. And no, this isn't just marketing fluff, brewed up by someone with too much free Wi-Fi and a Frappuccino addiction. It actually won a design award. So you'll find this architectural showstopper at Kansui Park, just a short 10-minute walk north of Toyama Station. There, ladies and gentlemen, give you the world's most beautiful Starbucks. And it's probably about half the price of a UK Starbucks. So that's about £5, so £2.50 per drink. Can't get a drink at Starbucks in the UK for £2.50, I do not think. So, there you go.
Later that evening, we reconvened with our group buddies for a universal cure to damp hair and train seat legs, a G&T and a cracking steak. Absolute perfection.
And I've just got to say, that I had to have some of the Macallan because it's so cheap. I hope it's not 10,000 and they left the naught off, but I just had to have that. We have found ourselves in a steak restaurant and it's on a lovely floor, as you can see. What a lovely place. And we've got a menu here that's really quite funny. Where's the flap meat?
This is the flap meat.
What is that? Flap meat. And also the ladies set. Now, in this restaurant, we thought these were napkins, but they're not. They're bibs. Look at that. Helen's got a bib on. Oh, and so have our friends, who for copyright reasons shall remain nameless.
Absolutely.
And privacy reasons, obviously. Look at this. The food has arrived and it looks magnificent. Magnificent.
Lady set.
Lady set for the ladies. You've even got pink lady
Right, you
rice.
need to work out whose is whose.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, arigato gozaimasu. This is very, very similar to Silver Sea hot rocks. Very similar. And it's delicious.
Is this the
Look at that sizzling away.
After breakfast the next morning, an event in Japan that takes a little getting used to, lots of fish and mysterious claws and other things that definitely won't feature in a Kellogg's variety pack, well, salvation came in the form of French toast, which appeared every morning like a reassuring carb-based miracle. Suitably sugared, we set off on our full-day group excursion to Kanazawa. First stop, Kenroku-en Garden, one of the 3 great gardens of Japan, carefully sculpted over the centuries by the ruling Maeda clan. It's basically the Michelin-starred restaurant of gardens, every detail meticulously placed, every angle curated for maximum poetic impact. Its name translates to Garden of 6 Attributes, which sounds like something you'd unlock in a role-playing video game, but in fact it refers to the 6 classical ideas of garden design: space, seclusion, antiquity, artificiality, water, and views. Tick, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tick. Depending on the season, you might find cherry blossoms, fiery maples, or pines strung up in winter yukitsuri ropes like festival trees preparing for the Cirque du Soleil. Despite the drizzle, we spent an hour wandering among lakes, bridges, tea houses, and perfectly shaped trees. The garden even has Japan's very first fountain, which uniquely operates without pumps or pipes, just water pressure. A sort of natural party trick, and in contrast to the one yesterday, not superheated. From the tranquility of Kenroku-en, we plunged into the bustle of Kanazawa City. Known for producing 99% of Japan's gold leaf, Kanazawa has perfected the art of making everything shiny. You'll find it on temples, trinkets, even delicately laid on an ice cream. It's also one of only 2 major Japanese cities that dodged World War II air raids, so unlike much of modern Japan, it still has a generous scattering of original historic buildings, an architectural time capsule with added, and quite gaudy, bling. Welcome to Higashi Chayage, Kanazawa's answer to Kyoto's Gion district, only with fewer crowds and much tinier streets. This beautifully preserved geisha district dates back to 1820 when the local feudal lord thought, you know what Kanazawa needs? Classy distractions. So he sanctioned a charming enclave for entertainment. Stepping into Higashi Chayage feels like falling through a wormhole into the Edo period. The district is made up of 2 parallel streets lined with 2-story wooden machiya townhouses, all polished lattices, and golden lighting. But unfortunately for us, a dreary late morning doesn't quite show it off like the postcards do. And then it was back to the coach and into the Japanese countryside, which frankly looks like it's been hand-painted by Studio Ghibli. Our destination? Gokuyama, a UNESCO World Heritage Site nestled in a valley carved by the Sho River and surrounded by mountains so rugged you half expect ninjas to leap out. The real stars here are the Gasho-zukuri farmhouses, their thatched roofs pitched at alarmingly steep angles, as if the houses themselves are in a constant state of prayer against the snow. These are not just quaint postcard fodder. They're cleverly engineered multi-storey homes where the upper levels once doubled as silkworm nurseries. We visited Einokura, a small village of about 20 of these houses, some nearly 4 centuries old. Life here is all about conservation, with residents working together in the traditional yui system, basically a neighbourhood watch for roofs where everyone mucks in to replace the thatch. Entire sides can be re-roofed in just 2 days, which makes British council repairs look even more embarrassing than usual. Gokuyama isn't just an architectural museum piece, it's a breathing, working glimpse into Japan's rural past, still lived out in the present. Our final stop of this super-packed day was a washi workshop, Japanese handmade paper for the uninitiated. Gokuyama has been the centre of paper making since the 8th century, thanks to its clean water, heavy snowfalls, and long winters that left farmers twiddling their thumbs with nothing better to do than invent stationery. Inside, the earthy smell of bark and pulp hit us, and we watched as mulberry fibres were stripped, boiled, beaten to within an inch of their lives, then mixed with neri, a gloopy plant additive that makes the fibres spread evenly. Then it was our turn. Armed with a big wooden frame, we scooped, swished and sloshed until, miraculously, a sheet of paper appeared. It's half yoga, half arm workout, and 100% more satisfying than anything you'll ever get from W.H. Smith. After pressing and drying, we admired the gift shop's paper wares. Yes, everything really can be made from paper. Look at this stuff. And we were proudly handed our own handmade postcards. Delicate but strong, textured but elegant. They were both a souvenir and an achievement badge rolled into one. And unlike most souvenirs, these won't end up shoved in the back of a drawer. Probably.
Welcome to our room in Toyama. And we've got a twin set up because, for some reason, we've had a twin set up all round, haven't we, Helen?
I think a lot of the rooms are twin anyway.
Yes. Japan is quite hot on twin rooms. But this is quite a nice little functional. It's quite large. And, but it's basically a 3-star hotel. We haven't got the view we had in Hiroshima, unfortunately. But, it's not bad, is it? This is Japan. Japan is all about buildings. So that's very nice. So, but there's a decent safe, there's a decent TV, there's a decent fridge. What more could you ask for? Not much. Right, Helen's having a little rest before dinner. I'm going to head to the basement of the hotel where it's like a pound shop there. They call it a 100 yen shop. Let's see if I can find some quirky Japanese things. Let's go inside. I actually think these are quite a cool idea. What do you do with them? That sweat, grime, etc. can be wiped off quickly and reusable. It's another good idea, like a glove-shaped trash bag for hair in the bathroom. Look at these. Silicone gloves with built-in brushes. Samurai sword, anybody? Polystyrene head, anybody? What I've been looking for. Chair socks. Love them. I could really fill up a suitcase full of this. Helen would kill me, though. Well, good morning. We have officially left Toyama, and we're on a very big adventure today. So I think the best thing to do is just to, roll with it, really, and reveal what we're doing as we're doing it. Enjoy. We start today at the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route station, and, the Tateyama cable car. Looking forward to that, I am. Here we go.
The Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route is Japan's ultimate scenic roller coaster, minus the screams, unless you're afraid of heights or cable cars. Stretching roughly 90 kilometres between Toyama and Nagano prefectures, this spectacular journey hops across the northern Japanese Alps via a patchwork of transport modes: coaches, electric buses, cable cars and ropeways. Along the way, you'll traverse lush forests, volcanic plateaus, and the mighty Kurobe Dam, all while climbing to altitudes of up to 2,450 metres, without having to lace up a single hiking boot. Bonus. Having braved the funicular and only mildly questioning why gravity hates us, it was time to board the Highland bus to Morodo. After being hauled up to Bijo-dera at 977 metres, we swapped to a coach that would huff and puff its way to Morodo at a breath-stealing 2,450 metres above sea level. The coach ride itself was an alpine drama in acts. Cedar and beech forests gave way to bright meadows, waterfalls thundering down ravines, and the higher we climbed, the green gave way to granite and snow. Finally, just when you thought things couldn't get more theatrical, we cruised through the famous snow wall. So tall, makes your coach look like a prop from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Right, so we have arrived 2,450 metres above sea level. So we've got an hour up here. We're going to go down and look at the road wall. It absolutely reeks of rotten eggs out here. We're standing on an active volcano and it's very sulphury. Oh, yeah, they don't put any punches up here, do they? Look, volcanic gas alert. Oh my. That's a bit severe, isn't it? Great view of the ice wall from here, look. The road goes all the way round and ends up there. Thickest part, which is today 13 metres. Here we are, right at the highest point. 13 metres. Gosh, that's tall. I can pull out a bit and you can see. Wow. How do they keep it up there? How do they stop it from falling in? Absolutely incredible. This isn't the dead of winter either, so what on earth it's like in the winter. Look at that, these are like posts by the side of the road. They've been completely smashed by the weight of the snow coming down. Look, they're all completely bust. Well, apparently those wooden sticks are markers installed to indicate the location of the road. The snow can fall as much as 1 metre overnight. So when snow accumulates, the width of the road and the location of ditches can be difficult to determine. So every fall, target poles up to 9 metres long are set up along the sides of the road. Right, now we're up in the observation area and there's a little walkway you can go to. I think we're going to try that. Even though I think I'm feeling the altitude a little bit more than Helen. Here we go, we can actually walk on the snow here. This was something I wasn't expecting today. Walking in the snow in the Japanese Alps in the early summertime. And it looks like here you can fill your water bottles up with mountain spring water, fresh from the mountain, although the mountain smells a bit eggy. Oh, I can report that is stone cold. Oh, icy cold. Lunchtime. And we've got 2 pork bao buns there. They look amazing. Look at them. Look amazing. Is that good? Right. Time to tuck in. Right, next, hang on the buses.
From Morodo, the tunnel electric bus whisked us 3.7 kilometres through Mount Tate to Daikanbo in a neat 10 minutes.
That big red dot, you are here. Just finished the tunnel bus. Let's go and let us a view here. Ooh, I've got 10 minutes to look at the viewpoint. Look, it's a tunnel of snow and ice. It's quite cool, isn't it? Oh gosh, it's cold here now. There's a lot of snow up here. Wow. Here's a viewpoint. And that's what we're going to do next. Oh, here it goes. Well, at least we're going down, not up. So the ropeway goes from that station there all the way down to there, look.
Where the dam is.
Oh my.
And that's where the dam is.
That's where the dam is. Wow.
Yeah.
This is definitely
Yes.
one of those days.
Wow.
Definitely a no wow moment. Next is the Tateyama ropeway. Joy. And at the bottom of that is the Kurobe Dam, which will be quite interesting. Here we go. Whoa, that's a wobbly wobbly. Oh, whoa! Oh my goodness! Yeah! Whoa!
Right, next is for going on the Tateyama ropeway.
Whew, here we are. At the bottom of the cable car. A lovely, beautiful view. And then we've got another funicular, which they call a cable car, to take us down to the dam. More importantly, this black ice cream, called dark chocolate ice cream. Have one of those. Oh, yes, please. We don't have white coffee. There is nothing, even if you ask. Oh, what look at that. Look at the scenery and look at that. That's the darkest looking chocolate I've ever seen. How is it?
That's the most expensive ice cream we bought on this trip.
It is, but it is lovely. Oh, I want the one she's got.
Then came the Kurobe Dam.
We have emerged from the tunnel at the dam. Oh my goodness, look at this. Welcome to the biggest dam in Japan. Probably with the best view as well.
Japan's tallest, 186 metres, 54-storey giant, completed in 1963 after 7 years, 51.3 billion yen, and tragically, 171 lives. It's not just big, it's clever, feeding the underground Kurobe No. 4 hydropower plant with a mighty 335 megawatts. Visit between June and October and you'll see water blasting out at 10 to 15 tonnes a second. The grand finale was one last electric tunnel bus down to Ogizawa, where we connected with a coach to Nagano and finally boarded our trusty Shinkansen for the last super sprint back to Tokyo. A spectacular day made even better by the return of blue skies and sunshine. Yes, even at those snow-capped heights. As we brooded over the end of this trip in our final hotel attached to Haneda Airport, we couldn't help conclude that Japan had utterly stolen our hearts. 15 days, countless temples, bullet trains, cheeky wildlife, giant Buddhas, and ancient ways of life. Our time in Japan with Riviera Travel had left us utterly spellbound. Each stop was a kaleidoscope of contrasts. Neon Tokyo giving way to mist-draped shrines, bustling markets dissolved into quiet grace of tea ceremonies, an ancient castle standing shoulder to shoulder with modern skylines. It wasn't simply sightseeing, it was stepping into a living, breathing tapestry of history, beauty and humanity. And now, as we leave Japan behind, we carry more than just photographs and souvenirs. We carry the sound of temple bells echoing at dusk, the taste of peach ice cream in Okayama and the world's rarest beef in Kobe, the sight of red torii gates marching endlessly up Mount Nara, and most of all we carry the warmth of shared moments with our fellow guides and travellers who turned an itinerary into an adventure and a tour into a memory stitched into our hearts. Riviera promised us Japan, and what they gave us was something far greater, a journey that has lodged itself into our souls, a reminder that the world is vast, surprising and achingly beautiful, and that sometimes, just sometimes, dreams look exactly like reality. And if you've missed part 1, it's here and we urge you to give it a watch. As for me, I'm going to go off and cry softly in a corner at the fact we live so blooming far from one of the best countries we have ever visited. Thank you for watching.